Hi Sagittarius. Today we are going to look at May 12th, 2025 and the full moon in Scorpio. We'll look at Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising with specific messages for each. We'll look at numerology and astrology and the tarot cards, and we'll end the reading with advice for your sign. And in the description box, I have links for meditations for each of the tarot cards I pulled for you today. So let's start with numerology. And the number for that day is 8, and it represents personal power and material success and the ability to manifest your desires through determination. So for Sagittarius, this number encourages you to tap into your inner strength and focus on achieving long-term goals with discipline and perseverance. So for example, today you might feel driven to push forward in a project or pursuit, especially one that you've been working on for a while. You might decide to invest more energy into your career or personal growth. You're recognizing that true success comes with consistent effort and focus. So let's look at the astrology for this day, the full moon in Scorpio. And that lands in your 7th house of partnerships, shedding light on your relationships and how they connect with others. It's a time to reflect on the balance between your personal desires and the needs of those around you. So here's the sun, and the sun is in Taurus. That's your 1st house. This is self-identity and appearance. So the sun in Taurus opposes the full moon, which could create tension between your sense of self and the influence of others, especially in your close relationships. This is a good time to check if you've been true to yourself or if you've been compromising too much. For example, you might feel torn between standing up for your own needs and keeping the peace in a relationship. Today is a reminder to honor your authentic self. Here's the moon. And the moon is in Scorpio, your 7th house, relationships and partnerships. And with the full moon in Scorpio, your relationships are in focus. It's a great time for emotional revelations and to confront any challenges in your partnerships, whether it's a romantic partnership or a business connection. The full moon invites deep emotional honesty. So example, you might find yourself having a heart-to-heart conversation that brings clarity or healing in a relationship. Hi, Mercury. Mercury is in Taurus, and that's your 1st house. That's self-expression and communication. So Mercury in Taurus brings a grounded, steady approach to communication. You might find it easier to express your feelings and desires, but be mindful of being too stubborn in your views. For example, you might engage in a deep, practical conversation with someone close, but be sure to remain open to hearing their side, even if it challenges your perspective. And Venus. Venus is in Aries at your 11th house. That's social life and friendships and aspirations. So Venus in Aries brings a bold, independent energy in your friendships and community life. You might feel inspired to take action towards your goals, particularly in your social circles or any group causes. So example, you could feel the urge to step into a leadership role with a group project or take a first step in pursuing a personal goal that involves others. Mars, that's in Pisces, the 10th house. That's career and public life and recognition. So Mars in Pisces energizes your career sector, pushing you to chase after your dream job or public success. However, be mindful of burnout, as Mars in Pisces can make you overextend yourself in your work. So, example, you might feel inspired to go after a professional opportunity, but be sure to maintain a balance between your work and your emotional well-being. And let's look at the tarot cards. So this is 9 of emotions, which is 9 of cups, and you'll notice it's in reverse. That's dissatisfaction and unfulfilled desires. So the 9 of cups reverse signifies emotional dissatisfaction and unfulfilled desires It suggests that there may be something in your life, whether it's a relationship or a career or a personal goal, that isn't living up to your expectations. So you might realize that despite achieving something you thought you wanted, like a promotion or a relationship, you don't feel as fulfilled as you expected. So perhaps you've been pursuing the wrong goal, or you haven't been true to your emotional needs. So here's the advice. Take time to reassess what truly brings you joy. Today is about recognizing when something isn't serving you and giving yourself permission to change course. Then we have the Three of Voices, and that's the Three of Swords. And that's heartbreak and emotional pain and letting go. And the Three of Swords, it can be heartbreak or the need to release past wounds. And this card signals that it's time to face any painful emotions you may have been avoiding and allow yourself to heal. So, an example, you may experience a moment of emotional clarity about past relationship, a decision you regret, or a situation where you've been hurt. This is a chance to confront these feelings head on and let go of a pain that's holding you back. So here's your advice. Honor your emotions. It's okay to feel hurt or disappointed, but don't hold on the past. Healing comes through acknowledging your emotions and moving forward. Queen of Materials. Queen of Pentacles. That's nurturing, practicality, and stability. So the Queen of Pentacles embodies this nurturing, practicality, and financial stability. She is grounded, compassionate, and focused on creating security and abundance in her life and for others. So you might be focused on creating stability in your personal and financial life. Perhaps you're investing time in improving your home environment, supporting loved ones, or planning for long-term financial security. So here's your advice. Lean into your practical side today. Whether it's managing your finances or taking care of your home or nurturing relationships, the Queen of Pentacles encourages you to create stability and security in your life. So now let's look at Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Sagittarius Sun, the full moon is highlighting your relationships, pushing you to reflect on the balance between your individuality and your connections with others. You may feel challenged by unfulfilled desires or emotional pain, but the Queen of Pentacles invites you to create practical solutions and build a more stable future. So example, you might realize that your focus on external goals, like career or adventure, has left some personal relationships unbalanced. So today, focus on healing and creating stability in both your emotional and financial life. Sagittarius Moon. Your emotions could be in flux today, as the full moon invites you to let go of emotional baggage. This Three of Swords suggests it's time to heal from past hurts and embrace a more nurturing, practical approach to your feelings. An example, you may be feeling emotionally vulnerable, but the Queen of Pentacles encourages you to take care of your heart and create emotional security through self-care and support from loved ones. Sagittarius Rising. Your outward persona and relationships are being illuminated by the full moon. There may be a need to confront any emotional challenges in your partnerships, but the Queen of Pentacles suggests that practical action and nurturing will help you create harmony and stability. For example, you might find yourself addressing unresolved issues with close friends or romantic partners, but with a calm and grounded energy that helps you move forward constructively. Here's a summary for this day and what it means to Sagittarius. The full moon in Scorpio invites you to reflect on your relationships and emotional needs, while the tarot cards indicate a day of emotional revelations and healing. The Nine of Cups reverse reminds you to check in with your desires and realize that true fulfillment comes from aligning your goals with your authentic self. The Three of Swords signals it's time to confront emotional pain and let go of past wounds. The Queen of Pentacles calls you to focus on creating stability, both emotionally and financially, by nurturing yourself and your practical needs. Here's the real-life takeaway. Take a moment to reassess your desires and ensure they align with your true values. Don't shy away from emotional healing. Acknowledge any pain and give yourself permission to release it. Use your practical, nurturing energy to create stability in your life, whether through finances or relationships or self-care. And here's the advice for Sagittarius on this day. Embrace the healing energy of the full moon. Let go of past hurts and focus on nurturing yourself and your relationships. Align your desires with your true heart's calling. And remember that emotional healing and stability are your priorities today. Thank you, Sagittarius, and I hope to see you in another reading.